Now, the Fever actually have two really big problems. It's their perimeter defense and their turnovers.
Caitlinclark and the Indiana Fever's defense is on another planet of terrible.
Did you know the Indiana Fever's defense is so bad, they make other teams look like offensive geniuses? We're talking wide open shots, zero communication, and players running around like headless chickens. And poor Caitlinclark is stuck in the middle of this mess. Want to know how it got this bad? Remember when everyone said defense wins championships? Well, the Fever's coaching staff must have missed that memo entirely. Their defensive strategy is so bad, it's like they're playing chess while the rest of the league is playing basketball. And poor Caitlinclark, she's caught right in the middle of this mess. Let's break down this defensive disaster. The Fever's approach to icing screens is a joke. They're leaving players like A'ja Wilson wide open, practically inviting them to score.
And it seems like when she got going, the rest of the Aces squad got going, and it just all went downhill from there. But when A'ja Wilson got going, the Indiana Fever didn't have a stop for her. The Indiana Fever did start off this game really well, but when A'ja Wilson got going, the Indiana Fever didn't have a stop for her.
It's like they're rolling out the red carpet for opponents to waltz right into the paint. Picture this. Clark's on the court, trying her best to defend, but she's facing the sideline instead of her opponent. That's not on her. That's on the coaches who aren't teaching her the basics of defensive positioning. How's she supposed to recover when her opponent makes a move? It's like trying to catch a train that's already left the station.
If you did not know, the Indiana Fever give up 9 3-point shots per game.
Drop coverage is not defense. This needs to get banned from basketball. Easy recovery for Lexi Hall. But Lexi Hall can't step up all the way because you're in drop coverage.
And don't even get me started on their drop coverage strategy. It's so ineffective, it might as well not exist. Opponents are exploiting gaps in the defense left and right, getting wide open shots like it's practice time. The Fever's defense is more full of holes than Swiss cheese. Want to know how bad it really is? Here's a real example from a game. The Fever's players failed to ice a screen properly, letting the ball handler turn the corner and create a scoring opportunity. And where was the backside help? Nowhere to be found. A'ja Wilson was left so open, she could have ordered a pizza and had it delivered before anyone got to her. You know what's even crazier? This isn't just hurting Clark, it's dragging down the whole team. They're not communicating, they're not rotating properly, and they're making it way too easy for opponents to score. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion and the coaches are just standing on the sidelines doing nothing. One expert put it perfectly. This is just a poorly coached nightmare. It's embarrassing that the WNBA allows this. And you know what? They're right. It's not just embarrassing. It's a tragedy for players like Clark who came into the league ready to shine.
This Indiana Fever coaching staff, any of them being paid money to coach basketball, is why there's every problem in society. I'm not worried about this skip pass. Where's Nalissa Smith? Get up and backside help! This Indiana Fever coaching staff should not be employed. You're icing the screen again.
You'd think professional coaches would have the fundamentals down pat, right? Wrong. The Fever's coaching staff is making mistakes so basic, it's like they've never seen a basketball before. How bad is it really? Let's just say 0 brain cells might be generous. We're talking about coaches who can't even teach their players how to handle a simple fast break. It's like they're trying to build a skyscraper without knowing how to use a hammer. And poor Caitlinclark? She's stuck in the middle of this mess, trying to play elite-level basketball with amateur-hour coaching. Let's break it down. Transition defense is basketball 101, right? It's what keeps teams from getting easy buckets on the run. But the Fever's coaches, they've got their players looking like deer in headlights when the other team starts running. It's not just bad, it's embarrassing. Picture this, 3 Fever players standing in the middle of the court watching the ball like it's a UFO while an opponent casually strolls to the 3-point line for a wide open shot. That's not strategy. That's a coaching failure so epic, it belongs in a blooper reel. And don't even get me started on their brilliant idea to have everyone converge on the ball like it's the last slice of pizza. Sure, let's leave half the court wide open. It's not like professional basketball players know how to pass or anything, right? This isn't just bad coaching, it's like they're actively trying to lose.
Get underneath! What are you? Look at this coaching! Look at it! Because nobody on the coaching staff has even one brain cell. Not one. Everybody on this Fever coaching staff is brain dead. Every single one.
You know what's even crazier? This isn't just hurting Clark, it's dragging down the whole team. They're not communicating, they're not rotating properly, and they're making it way too easy for opponents to score. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion, and the coaches are just standing on the sidelines, doing nothing. Now, imagine being Caitlin in this situation. You're a superstar rookie, ready to light up the league, but instead of soaring, you're stuck in a defensive nightmare. It's like trying to win a race with your shoelaces tied together. How's she supposed to showcase her talents when her coaches can't even teach her the basics? This isn't just about bad strategy, it's about a complete lack of fundamental basketball knowledge. These coaches are so out of their depth, they make a kiddie pool look like the Mariana Trench. And the worst part? They're wasting the potential of one of the most exciting rookies the WNBA has seen in years. You know what's even crazier than wasting Clark's rookie year? The long-term damage this could do to her career? We're talking about a domino effect that could change the whole landscape of the WNBA. Want to know how? It's not just about the stats. Let's talk about confidence. In the WNBA, your rookie year is like your debut album. It sets the tone for everything that comes after. And right now, Clark's debut is sounding more like a sad trombone than a chart topper. This coaching disaster isn't just messing with her game, it's messing with her head. Imagine being the best player on the court your whole life, then suddenly looking like you don't know which end of the ball to shoot. That's what Clark's dealing with. And you know what happens when a player loses confidence? Their whole game falls apart. It's like trying to drive a car with no gas. You're not going anywhere. But here's where it gets really scary. This isn't just about Clark's stats or even her rookie year. We're talking about her reputation in the league. In the WNBA, word travels fast. If Clark keeps struggling because of this coaching nightmare, other teams might start thinking she's overrated. And once that label sticks, it's harder to shake off than gum on your shoe. Think about it. What if other teams start seeing Clark as damaged goods? What if they think, well, if she couldn't make it work with the Fever, maybe she's not all she's cracked up to be? That could mean fewer opportunities, less playing time, maybe even a shorter career. It's like watching a star burn out before it even got a chance to shine. And it's not just Clark who's getting burned here. The whole Fever franchise is going up in flames. They had the #1 draft pick, the most hyped player in years, and they're blowing it. Fans are going to start tuning out. Ticket sales could drop, and suddenly the Fever are the team nobody wants to watch. It's like they've been handed a winning lottery ticket and decided to use it as a coaster. But wait, it gets worse. This mess could actually hurt the entire WNBA. Clark was supposed to be the next big thing, the player who'd bring in new fans and take the league to new heights. If she fizzles out because of bad coaching, that's a missed opportunity for the whole sport. It's like canceling Christmas. Everybody loses. So what's the bottom line here? The Fever need to fix this coaching situation ASAP. We're not talking about a little tweak here or there. We're talking full-on coaching overhaul. Because if they don't, they're not just ruining Clark's rookie year. They could be torpedoing her entire career and setting the WNBA back in the process.